In this problem, we are asked to draw some lines passing through the origin and with the given 5 different slopes. So the first thing you want to notice is that the origin, of course, is a point in the graph at 0, 0. So we know that all of the lines have to pass through that point 0, 0 right there. Okay. The next thing we also know about the lines is that we have been given their slopes. So for the first line, we have a slope of -1. And when you're graphing a line using slope, you want to think of slope as a ratio that tells you how steep the line is, and that ratio is how far up you go and how far over you go, which we say rise and run. So if you can write the slope number as a fraction, then whatever's on the top of the fraction would be how far up you go, and whatever is on the bottom of the fraction would be how far you go to the right. So for example, if slope is -1, we would want to rewrite that as a fraction instead of a whole number, -1 of 1. Once you have it in that format, then you can just use the top number for rise and the bottom number for run. So let's try an example. With our line here, the first line, we want to go through the origin, so we know it passes through 0, 0, as all of these lines will. Okay, so that's right about there. And excuse my pen, it's not too accurate with little points like that. And then from that point, we want to travel the slope distances up and over. So we're going to go, up -1. What does that mean? Well, -1 would mean instead of going up 1, we'll go down 1. And then we're going to go right 1 unit as well. Because it's a positive number on the bottom, that would mean you're moving to the right on the x direction. Okay, so just to make sure we're going to write that down, this is down 1, and this is right 1. So let's try it. So from where we are at, currently at the origin, we're going to go down 1, and then we're going to go right 1. And then wherever you land after that movement, you can see we've landed right here at 1, -1. That's where you want to put another dot. That's also on the line. Oh. Okay. And if you wanted to get some more points on the line, in fact, you could actually repeat that process from any point on the line. If you go down 1 and right 1, you will still be on the line. So let's try it one more time. From here, we could go down 1 and right 1. And that would give us another point on the line. You see how they're all lining up? Right there. So then once you have a couple of points plotted, 2, 3, 4, as many as you think you need to get some accuracy, you're going to want to lay down your ruler, and you're just going to want to draw a line that passes through those points. I'll try my best here. Oops. Okay, not there. You get the idea, right? There we go, that's a bit better. So there is the first line. It passes through the origin and it has a slope of -1. Lines actually go on forever in both directions, so you're supposed to put arrows on the ends to indicate that. Alright, let's try another one. And this time let's make it maybe a blue line. Okay, so for this line here, the slope is -1/3. So it's already in the form of a fraction. If the minus sign is sitting in the middle, that's not very good. Just apply it to the top of the fraction, because you need to make sure not to lose track of it, and then you need to apply it in that a negative slope is going to be going down. So in this case now, our rise and our run, we're going to go down 1, and we're going to go right 3. Okay, we're starting at the origin because all the lines pass through the origin. So from the origin, here I am at the origin, I'd want to go down 1 and then right 3. So 1, 2, 3. It's like 3 spaces to the right. Right there at that corner, that's where I want to put my dot. Okay, so there it would be right down 1, right 3 ended up right about there. Oops, come on. Okay. Now you could repeat the process if you wanted to go down 1 and right 3 again. You could do that. You'd end up right about there. And then you take your ruler and you connect through the dots as well as the origin. I'll try my best. A little wobbly. I know you can do better on paper with a pencil. Put arrows to say the line goes on forever. I think you're getting the idea, but let's do one more just to be safe. Actually, maybe 2 more. Let's do the next 2. So for a slope of 0, that one is going to be needed to be rewritten as a fraction as well, because it is currently not got a top and a bottom. You need a rise and you need a run. So 0 can always be written as a fraction 0 over anything actually, but I'll just put a 1 on the bottom. 0 over 1 is the same as 0. So now we're going to have a rise and a run. Well, a rise of 0 actually means don't go up or down at all. Just stay where you are, but we do need to move to the right. 1. So from the origin, where would that take us? Well, we would start here, and we rise nothing, so just don't go up, don't go down, just stay. And then go right 1, and you can see I'm still on the x-axis right there. And I could repeat that process. I could go right 1, but notice the rise is 0. So we end up with a horizontal line actually right on top of the x-axis. Okay, so when we draw that, it'll just be over top of it. Let me see if I can do that. Oop. Oh, I'm having a little trouble with that end there. Let's just put arrows on. You get the idea. It would keep going. It's my iPad, so the pen is not exactly perfect. Want to look at the next one as well, just because it has a positive slope, and we haven't seen any of those yet. So when you have a positive number for your slope, like 1/4, no negative sign, okay? That means that this one's going to be like rising across the paper. So we would want to do up 1 and right 4. Whenever the bottom number is positive, you always go to the right. Notice that? It's just the top number that you could either end up going up or down. So from the origin, if I were to go up 1 and right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'd end up right there. And I can put a dot, and then I can join them. Okay, so let's go. Let's make this line come online. Didn't pass through the origin at all, but it should have. You get the idea. Alright, and then the last one would be, we'll just really quickly take a look at it. For m equals 3, you would want to rewrite that as a fraction, 3 over 1. So that one you would go up 3 and right 1 from the origin. So that one would be steeper. Up 3, right 1 would be like this. Kind of. Okay, hope that helps, and have fun graphing.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.